You want your goal to be measurable. And when we say measurable, you really have to define two things. First of all, you are going to have to define how long you are going to pursue this goal overall. In other words, how long you think it will take before you achieve your goal. And in addition to that, you are going to have to define how much time you are going to spend pursuing that goal each week or each day. Now, there are an infinite number of time blocks that one could use to answer these questions. So for instance, you could set an overall yearly goal and you could break it down into monthly goals where you spend X amount of time on that goal each week and X amount of time on that goal each day, and essentially ladder up from the shortest time frame to the longest time frame required to achieve that goal. And certainly all of that is doable, but that I believe is going to be an overwhelming amount of work and indeed is going to be counterproductive toward achieving your goal. What I recommend, which of course is gleaned from the scientific literature, or at least the consistencies or the center of mass, that is the major findings that show up again and again in the scientific literature on goal setting and pursuit, is that you establish a roughly 12-week period of time to focus on your specific goal. Now, of course, achieving the entire goal might take longer than 12 weeks, but chances are it's not going to take shorter than 12 weeks. Although if it does, you could simply close out that goal pursuit and then pursue another goal. There's no reason you couldn't do that. But there's nothing magical about this 12-week period, but it seems to adhere to a number of things in society and culture and work schedules, in seasonality, meaning the holidays and the shifts in the overall seasons, that works for most goals and most people. So a 12-week cycle, or roughly a 3-month cycle, sometimes called the quarterly cycle, of goal pursuit toward your particular goal, I think is a good macro time to focus on. And then within that 12-week cycle, to define very clearly how many hours each week and each day, and on which days you will pursue that goal. Okay, so it's 12-week cycle to pursue your goal. That goal might be achieved by the end of that 12 weeks or even prior. It might not be. But you set a 12-week cycle or quarterly cycle, or if you prefer to think about it, a 3-month cycle. And then you define how many hours per week you are going to spend pursuing that goal. And then you define how many hours per day you are going to spend pursuing that goal. And then you define which days of the week you are going to pursue that particular goal. I think those three numbers, the 12-week quarterly, aka 3-month cycle, the number of hours per week, and the number of hours per day and particular days that you're going to spend working on a goal, is going to be effective for 90%, if not more, of different types of goals out there. And as with defining the specific goal itself, I highly recommend that you write this down with a pen or pencil. There's just so much data to support the fact that writing things down, ideally in complete sentences on a piece of paper with a pen or pencil, serves to reinforce the goal setting and pursuit process, greatly increasing the probability that you will achieve those goals. So what you're really defining in that process are the specific verb actions that you are going to take and the specific quantifiable amount of time that you are engaging in those verb actions in order to achieve your goal.